Oh my gosh, before we dive in, the live workshop that I just did, your $1 million message, that workshop, yep, it was a huge success. Women came in feeling vague and confused about how to talk about their offer. They were saying things like, Tracy, how do I find the right words to communicate my message and my offer and sell? But anyway, they left with total clarity and confidence to go and sell in a way that doesn't feel like selling, and it just feels so good. They wrote the one powerful line that now sells their offer. And they get to put this now on their sales page. They get to use this in their DM sales conversations. They get to put this on their content, on their bio, and more. They solve that problem for themselves. Now, if you missed it, don't worry. You don't need to have FOMO. You can still get the self-study bingeable version, actually, just to do it from the comfort of bed or wherever you are. And it comes complete with the bonus workbook. You get to go through it in your own time. But it's only available for this week, and it's just 129 Australian dollars. You can buy it now for lifetime access. Watch it whenever you want, as many times as you want. Just go to tracyharris.co/workshop now. Go and grab it. You'll be so glad that you did, and I can't wait to hear your $1 million message. Go to tracyharris.co/workshop and grab it now. Mums with Hustle podcast, episode 487.
Welcome to the Mums with Hustle podcast, where you'll discover everyday mum entrepreneurs killing it in their industry. Learn the secrets you can replicate to create your own success with your host, Tracy Harris.
I'm so excited for this episode. Just going to put that out there. It is the final episode in a mini series where I've been helping you to grow a digital business that actually converts. And what we've already covered in the 2 episodes prior to this one is specifically why your offer may not be selling and what not to write on your sales page, but even what to write instead. That's more important, right? So today I wanted just to zoom out a bit and show you the 3 things that you must dial in if you want to grow a digital business to multiple 6 figures, even to multi-millions. And these 3 specific things are, number 1, the right audience. Number 2, the right scalable offer. I'm also going to add in here, designed in a freedom-filled way. Now, that is something that I teach inside of my Freedom Filled Business mentorship, because there are so many ways to go and create your offers. Believe it or not, it's not hard to design an offer. It's not hard to put something together that people want. What is difficult is designing it in a way that allows you to work the hours that you want to work, that doesn't always require you to be there, and that gives you the sort of lifestyle and impact that you want to have. So the offer creation process in itself, which I call my freedom-filled offer framework, is essential. Now, the third part is sales. What are the words that you need to say that actually converts people? We're going to be talking about these 3 things in this episode. So let's kind of walk through each one, and then I'll show you exactly where most people are falling short. So step number 1 is to build your audience. Now, this isn't even really step number 1, because what people do is they think, oh yeah, I built an audience and now I can just stop concentrating on that. No, we need to be building ourselves a pipeline where we have new people coming into our audience all the time, but not only that, people moving through a customer journey, going from being cold and just knowing finally that we exist all the way through wanting to work with us or wanting to purchase with us. But that all begins by the audience that you're attracting to begin with. So are you even attracting the right people into your world, onto your social media, onto your email list? You need to be building a community of buyers, not just followers. So even if that means really lasering in with your messaging on Instagram, for instance, so that it really lands amongst people who are the right fit buyers versus landing with a whole bunch of people and maybe only 10% of them or 3% of them, to be more realistic, are only ever going to convert? Like, what is the point of that? We want to get to a place where we are valuing quality over quantity with our audience. And that means attracting a quality audience, not just followers. We want to be building a community of buyers. So ask yourself, does this audience that I've attracted have a problem that I can solve? Ask yourself, are these people the kind of people who can invest in solutions? Now, I'm going to add one more in there, not just can they, because that's like a means thing, right? So can they even invest in the solution? The second layer to that, so kind of like a step B on that one, is are they willing? Because some people can, but they're not willing. Some people are willing, but they can't. And so then you're selling to an audience of people who can't afford the thing. They can't, like that's not an audience that can convert. The next question that you need to ask yourself is, does this community see me as a leader, a guide, or an expert? Because if they don't, then that's a content problem and we want to be fixing that. So the three things are, do they have a problem I can solve? Number two, are they the kind of people who can and who are willing to invest in solutions? And number three, do they even see me as a leader, a guide, or an expert? If you are building an audience that seems to lap up your free content, but they never convert, this is a sign that your positioning might be off. And I'm going to have more on that coming soon. All right. So thing number two to focus on. If you want to grow that multi-6, multi-7-figure business, you need to have an offer that is a no-brainer, easy yes for the person that you want to help. Because even if you're building something that is amazing, if your dream client doesn't understand that they need this thing, or they don't understand what it does for them or who it's for, they won't buy. And it doesn't matter how many credentials you have, how many degrees you have, how many years of experience you have, what you've been able to do yourself. If the offer is not understood by your client, they're not going to purchase. So your offer needs to have these three things. It needs to be outcome focused. It needs to be clear and easy to understand. And it needs to solve a specific problem for a specific person. It needs to be a thing that they perceive as being worthy of investing in to fix or to achieve for themselves. So that value needs to be there. Now, you do not need to have tens of offers, like multiple offers. You just need one signature offer with clear positioning that resonates deeply with the person that you are here to help. What a beautiful, simple business model that would be. It just takes one offer. For years, I just had one offer and was making multi-millions from that offer. So it can be done, and it can be done with low ticket offers as well. But you need to have the right offer for the thing that your audience is wanting help with. They need to be so sick of their current situation or desire something so much that they're willing to invest in it. But remember, if we go back to point number one of the audience, they do need to be the right people. They do need to have the means and the will, and they do need to see you as the trusted leader, guide, or expert. So how you show up, the content that you put out, how consistent you are, all of that matters more than you think. Thing number three that you need to focus on is sales. Now, if you've got the right audience, you've got a brilliant offer, but your sales message isn't converting, you're not going to make any money. And this is where most women get stuck, or at least plateau. So this is where your $1 million message workshop comes in. This is a new paid workshop that I am running and that you are invited to, because sales is not just about the funnel. There's a lot of people out there using the word funnel as if it's like some fancy, mysterious, be all and end all thing. And it's not about the tech. It is about how well you communicate the value of your offer. One of my mentees sold out of a very small boutique but high cost coaching container. She didn't have a fancy funnel. She literally sold it invitation only inside of the DMs. And she sold it with a Google Doc, so 0 design elements. She sold it with a Google Doc and a cart link. Ladies, you don't need all of the fluff and the fancy of a slick funnel to be able to make incredible money in your business. But you do need to know how to communicate the value of your offer, and that is sales. It starts with the hero section on your sales page or on your Google Doc or on the cart link that you're sending to your prospects. That message, your hook and your positioning line, it becomes the core messaging of your entire digital product. It shows up not just at the top of that sales page, it shows up in your Instagram content. It shows up on your sales page. It shows up on your cart link. It shows up in your webinar when you're pitching or in your launch, whether you're doing a bootcamp style launch, challenge launch, coaching week, whatever it is that you're doing. It shows up when you serve and sell in the DMs. It shows up on your checkout pages. It shows up even in how you talk about your offer online, in Reels, on Instagram Lives, in your emails. If you can't clearly explain what your offer is and what it helps people do and why it's valuable, no one will buy, no matter how fancy your funnel is, no matter how fancy your sales call process is, or whatever you want to install in your business next. If you want to be able to shift out of experiencing no to low conversions, if you want to shift from selling low ticket to step into premium pricing, you need to master the words that you are using to sell. Because the worst part is that you're going to start thinking that your offer isn't any good. Or you're going to start breaking things that aren't even broken, which leads to overworking, which leads to burnout. When really the message just isn't landing and we just need to fix that part. Now, personal insight for you. I used to hate copywriting. I've shared this story so many times with my mentees because they come to me now for support with their copywriting, to critique above the fold of their sales pages, to help them create offers that convert, to help plan their launches, to help them master hooks on their Instagram marketing, to help them write their emails. These are the sorts of things that I'm doing inside of my premium programs like Freedom Filled Business. But I used to hate copywriting and I didn't have the budget to outsource for the longest time. And then when I did, I still wasn't satisfied with the copy that was coming back. So I had to figure it out. I had to study, I had to test, I had to try. And slowly messaging became one of my most profitable specialized skills in my business. Now, it is what I'm known for. I have helped hundreds of women write words that sell their courses, their memberships, their high-ticket programs, launch their masterminds, fill their retreats. And it all starts with the messaging for your offer. So not the offer itself, but the messaging that you use to communicate its value and sell it. So if you're ready to get this right, you're invited to join me inside of your $1 Million Message. It is a paid 90-minute live workshop where we will write the words that sell your offer. We're going to write the top section, the most important section, the section where 80% of your effort and energy should be spent because that is the money maker. You're going to walk away with a scroll-stopping sales page hook. You're going to walk away with a positioning statement that speaks your value and has you stand out. And you're going to identify the words that you need to use everywhere to attract your aligned ideal customers. This message is the anchor for everything that you create, and we are going to write it together. Tickets are under $100 for the first 100 women. And all you need to do to go and grab your ticket and join me live is go to tracyharris.co/$1,000,000message. I'll say it again, tracyharris.co/$1,000,000message. Go and grab your ticket. Now, to recap, if you want to grow a business to the million, you must, number one, build the right audience. Number two, create a freedom-filled offer. And number three, learn how to communicate that with clear sales messaging that converts. That starts with your hook. You don't need more content. You don't need a new offer. You don't need to build out a fancy funnel. You don't need a fancy pants launch. You need the right words and the confidence to say them. So let's do it together. Join the workshop now, tracyharris.co/$1,000,000message, and I will see you in the class. I'm so excited for this. And I'm so excited to get to the other side of it as well and share with you some of our insights from the class. All right, take care, everyone. And I'll see you next week on the podcast, or I'll see you in the class.